Welcome to Stormwater Drainage Solutions. So in this video, we're going to be going over PVC rotating fittings and why they are a liability in your drainage system underground. Now, basically the purpose of these fittings is to be able to get any degree that you need instead of using a proper fitting such as a 45 or a 22.5 degree. All right, so first thing I want to show you guys is how these PVC rotating fittings work. Now, on either side, you have the hub, and then this area here that flares out, we're just gonna go ahead and just call that the flanged area. So basically, these two flange areas just sit together like that. There's no seal, nothing like that that goes in here. And then this ring has barbs on both ends here and right here. And pretty much it just locks into place. It just snaps into place like that, and that's all you got. In here, there's no rubber gasket, no EPDM rubber seal, nothing like that. So basically, you set the fitting at the degree that you want. So let's say we have a Y here, and we want to make a 90-degree angle coming in this direction to connect into the main line. Let's just say that's what we're doing. So we would set this up. Well, let's just say it's a 45 because this thing is already set and it's glued on here at a 45. So let's just say a 45. So you're gonna take your ring, you're gonna put it over that flange on either side. And then you're gonna take the other half, you're going to snap that into the locking mechanisms on either one. Now I can already see just from playing with this thing why the other ones that we dug out of the ground have this electrical tape on them. So this isn't even tile tape, this is electrical tape that they used. But basically this is how it works. So now you have your 45-degree angle that goes into your main line. So let me see, so I guess they can kind of rotate. Granted, this one's pretty dirty and old, but there, so it rotates when the ring is on there. But as you saw, there is no rubber gasket in here. There's no EPDM gasket. There's nothing to make a seal. So there's nothing to stop roots from growing in this. There's nothing to stop water from leaking out. I mean, it's just a bad idea altogether. And that's not even counting the way the inside is designed when you have water flowing through here, but we're going to show that here in a minute in this video. But basically these rings, these can just pop off underground. So this is already a weak point in the fitting, in the system. So that's why these were taped together. After they made their degree that they wanted, they wrapped this electrical tape all around it so that it wouldn't pop off, and so it would hold that degree. So in my opinion, this is just a bad idea altogether. Now, the other thing I want to show you with these is you can clearly see right here, it says not for sewer. Now you got to wonder, why did the manufacturer put not for sewer on there? Why were they required to put that on this fitting? Probably because this fitting is a bad idea to be using in a drainage application. So I would not be using this for a stormwater drain. All right, so before we do the water test, I want to show you guys a close-up on the inside of these PVC rotating fittings, just so you can kind of see. Now, if you know anything about fluid dynamics, what's going on in there is not good for water flow. Basically, we're set at roughly a 45-degree angle on this rotating fitting, and you can see how that water is not going to be making a smooth transition around that bend. It's going to slam into where that flange flares out. Let's go ahead and let's grab the hose now, and we're going to set one of these up, and we're going to see how water flows through it. All right, so we have this set up at a 90-degree angle. This actually is exactly how we found it. because right here we cut it off of the downspout. So this was the downspout riser pipe that connected to the downspout, and then this went into the underground, and then this connected into the system. So this was already configured at a 90-degree angle. So let's go ahead and let's run some water through the top of this and simulate if it was raining and the water was coming down the downspout, entering your riser pipe and making its way into your main line. Let's see how that water hits the bottom of this thing. All right, so here comes the rain. So you can see how that water just hits that flat surface before it makes its way down the pipe. That's gonna drop all kinds of debris and sediment, and it's causing the water to lose its velocity, and it cannot carry that debris out as efficiently. Let's go ahead and compare this to an actual long-turn 90-degree elbow for your downspout riser pipe. Let's see the fluid dynamic difference in the two. You can see how that water makes a much smoother transition into this long-turn 90 compared to that rotating fitting, because the bottom is not completely flat. The bottom curves and allows that water to smoothly travel into the main line. Let me turn the water up a little bit. So as you can see, that water travels a lot more smoothly through here compared to that rotating fitting. So we showed you the fluid test with the 90-degree elbow. So let's go ahead and show you one with the 45. And then we'll show you an actual 45 so you can see the difference in water flow. Now what I went ahead and did is I just turned this to a 90-degree angle so we could put our water down here. It'll flow through this Y intersect, and then it'll hit this 45 and come out, and we'll have the camera right here for you so you can see how that water flows through there. Rotated 45-degree angle. All right, so let's go ahead and let's show you an actual 45-degree fitting so you can compare the fluid dynamics through the two. These rotating fittings came out of a job site that we had to go and replace the entire PVC system that another drainage company installed. Just because you use PVC pipe doesn't mean anything if the installers fail when they put the system in. If you need drainage in the Tampa Bay area, whether it's French drains, downspout drains, channel drains, if you want corrugated, dual wall, PVC, whatever type of pipe, we install it all. Give Stormwater Drainage Solutions a call at 813-614-3456. We got you covered. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports us, it supports the channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm your host, Corey Bartolotti. All right, guys, well, I think that just about does it for this video. So we showed you why these rotating PVC fittings are probably not the best idea for underground drainage use, and why whenever you are building with PVC, you want to stick to traditional solid fittings that are made to flow water properly.